You thought you were here for the most amazing boxing match of all time, but this is I, Combo Breaker, here to tell you about my Discord like I always do. Honestly, you guys should just go join it. There's a link in the description, and it's in there that you can submit your fan art for episodes, you can talk to me, you can suggest fights, help with research. It's just a whole lot of fun. So go check out the link in the description, and without further ado, let's talk about Little Mac versus Adam.
Step inside my twisted world, where heroes will collide. Villains are the only evil, there are no fucking sides. Every match will test their stats, every loss and win are weighed. Any chance they thought they had could all end up in vain on Combo Breaker.
In the world of fiction, there's infinite stories we can tell. Whether it's Marines going to the depths of hell and slaughtering every demon in there, or standard Spartans taking on pantheons of gods. Hell, you can even tell a story about a mushroom-eating plumber who steps on turtles, for some fucking reason. But despite the infinite ideas of apocalyptic events, sci-fi, fantasy realms, and just about anything, everybody seems to love to go back to that standard trope of the underdog. And no two fighters represent this idea better than today's combatants. I'm of course talking about Little Mac, the bruiser from the Bronx and the undefeated champion of Combo Breaker. And Adam, the champion of Real Steel and the protagonist of one of the most underrated movies ever. Now, there is some special circumstances for this fight. For one, because Adam is a non-sentient robot, he requires Charlie Kenton to actually move, so because we need Charlie Kenton to do this fight, it's only fair to allow Doc Lewis on Little Mac's side. However, neither Charlie or Doc Lewis will actually be allowed to fight. They're there only for support reasons and to allow them to get extra equipment and whatever that they wouldn't have in a normal fight. With all that being said, let's hop right into the analysis. Real Steel! Man, this movie is underrated as all hell, and I really don't understand why. It was essentially Rocky with robots, and honestly, I really wish there was a sequel, but that kinda seems like wishful thinking at the moment. Anyway, let's start talking about Adam's powers. Well, actually he's a boxing robot, so would it be attributes, programming, code? I don't know, what really fits better there? For one, Adam is a robot, so he's actually fully controlled like some sort of Rock'em Sock'em robot. Adam is fully controlled by Charlie Kenton, a previous pro boxer who can control him manually with a controller like a video game character, or have him mimic his own movements, allowing for faster, better movements, essentially making him a far more dangerous Rock'em Sock'em robot. Adam was also a training bot before he was turned into a boxer, which means he's built to take an immense amount of punishment, which leads into his other ability, his iron will. Well, kind of. I mean, he's a non-sentient robot, so he doesn't have will. Let me just explain it. It seems no matter how many vicious blows Adam takes, he's able to get back up and keep going, rather than have his head pop off like some sort of fucking Rock'em Sock'em robot. Oh my god, would you shut the hell up about Rock'em Sock'em robots? No one gives a shit about your stupid board game that wasn't even relevant back when it came out in like the 1980s. Everyone who cares about boxing has now moved on to better boxing things, like ARMS, and it stars Springman. God, I love ARMS, it's such a fucking great game, better than that bullshit Punch-Out. Oh yeah, Springman, that guy who lost to Little Mac. I mean, hell, Springman didn't even get into Smash. Even Little Mac got into Smash. Hell, even Isabelle got into Smash, and she has no attacks in her own game. You bastard! I like Springman! Wait, didn't you fade out of existence, like, twice? A couple episodes ago? And an episode before that, too? Yeah, but I'm a figment of your imagination, so I'll never truly stop existing. Also, we need a way to pad out this segment because Adam really doesn't have much to talk about. Well, I think this joke has gone on long enough and it really didn't make sense to begin with. So let's start and talk about Adam's feats. Adam's actually pretty damn strong. Just by jogging past the fire hydrant, he managed to break it. Plus, he's one-shot Junker robots, hit another robot so hard they fell back and smashed in a car. And he's fought and defeated Twin Cities, a robot that had 2 heads. Hell, he even knocked down and damaged Zeus, who could shake the boxing ring and had hydraulic fists. Adam's also rather fast too. He was fast enough to keep up with the kid while he was jogging. I know, how impressive, right? But don't you worry, he has far more impressive speed feats. Adam's fully controlled and mimics a real boxer, meaning he should scale to real boxer speeds. Real boxer's punches clock in at speeds about 25 to 35 miles per fucking hour. This is further shown in his training scene, where he throws several punches in 1 second. However, this is assuming that there's no input lag, and saying as though Street Fighter V, a modern video game, can't even pull that off, I can't imagine a shitty training bot has no input lag. Adam's also dodged punches from Zeus, a champion boxer robot, who should be far superior to those Junker robots Adam fought in the beginning. Those Junker robots were able to jump over charging bulls. Keep in mind, your average charging bull runs about 35 miles per fucking hour, which is just incredibly impressive. Think about that. That's a shitty piece of junk robot that's jumping over a charging bull last second. Adam's shown he can take a ridiculous amount of abuse as well. He's taken beatdowns from Junker robots, taken several punches from Twin Cities, and he took continuous beatings from Zeus for 5 rounds. Hell, Zeus has hydraulic-powered fists and can shake boxing rings. Keep in mind, these boxing rings are scaled up to the size of these robots, and these robots are way bigger than your average man. However, when it comes to intelligence, Adam kind of falls flat. He's a non-sentient robot. He doesn't even have thoughts of his own. But luckily, he's controlled by a pro boxer, who's shown time and time again he can beat pros such as Twin Cities, who has 2 pilots, and he was able to keep up against Zeus. While he didn't win the fight, he still managed to hold his own in the fight. All this being said, though, Adam is far from fucking perfect. Enough force can destroy him, and he is a robot with no thoughts of his own and relies on inputs from Charlie to do anything, including move. Yeah, it's really not all that impressive. No matter what though, Adam is ready to throw a strong hook and try and take home that championship belt. Punch-Out! What a phenomenal game series, with boss-based gameplay based completely around predicting and reacting to your enemy's attacks, and then countering just perfectly. It's kind of like Cuphead in that regard, but just like Cuphead, if you want a stress-induced fucking heart attack, I suggest you go play Punch-Out. God, that game stresses me out so much, but I love it so much. Or if you just like the character and, care about your own health, you can always just play him in Super Smash Bros. And then throw a fucking conniption fit when you get ledge guarded by a fucking Pichu. Sorry about that one. I just had some Elite Smash flashbacks. Anyway, let's go ahead and cover Little Mac's special techniques before the flashbacks come back. Little Mac has 2 signature moves to finish off his opponent. The first one is his KO punch that charges up as he dishes out and takes damage. With this punch, he can deliver a powerful blow to his opponent, knocking them out on their ass. The second one is his star punch. To use this punch, Mac needs to build up stars by hitting his opponent at just the right moment, either before attack or during a taunt. This causes a star to pop out of their head. Mac can store up to 3 of these stars, each one enhancing the star punch's power. Oh, holy shit! Is Little Mac multi-star level now? What? No, you fucking moron, it's just a stylistic choice. Why would it be an actual fucking star? Aw, man, I really want... Wait a fucking second. Didn't you just get erased like 2 seconds ago in the Adam analysis? Oh shit, I'm fading out of existence again! Damn it, I really wanted multi-star level Little Mac. Well, the downside to this is if Mac gets hit, he loses all of his stars, which not only stops him from using a star punch, but also makes you curl up into the fetal position and cry as you watch your only hope of defeating Mr. Sandman fade away. God, I was so close, and then that stupid fucking right hook hit me in the face. But if Little Mac needs an extra boost of power, you can always transform into Giga Mac. No, not the sandwich from McDonald's. With this Giga Mac form, he grows to a massive height and size. Unlike the fast and lightweight Little Mac, Giga Mac is slow, hulking, and a powerhouse. Similar to King Hippo, except muscular instead of fat, and as actually effective in combat. So really nothing like King Hippo. I don't know why I made that comparison. And with this transformation, that leads us into Little Mac's fighting style, that I like to call waiting for your opponent to screw up so you can fuck their shit up. Which is my personal means of fighting when it comes to video games. Just watch me play Street Fighter or Smash Brothers. Yeah, Little Mac's strategy in boxing basically boils down to waiting for his opponent to throw a punch, dodge, and then counter the flurry of his own punches. Now in this fight, Doc Lewis will be at Mac's side, and because of this, he actually gained some extra stuff for this match. For one, Doc Lewis often gives Little Mac advice, although most of it is fucking nonsense that doesn't help, and just listen to this infamous line that he's said before. Hey Little Mac, what's your favorite flower? Mine's chocolate. Like, okay, first off, chocolate isn't a fucking flower. And second of all, that's a great opinion and all, but I'm 3 rounds into fighting fucking Donkey Kong and I can't feel anything anymore, so how about some real fucking advice before this gorilla actually kills me? Doc can also give Mac his headgear that protects him from vicious blows to the head. He can also eat his chocolate bar that somehow heals Little Mac despite, Doc Lewis eating it, because fucking video game logic makes no sense, like, ever. God, I will never understand video game logic. Now on to physical feats before I start thinking more about how Doc Lewis eating a chocolate bar heals Little Mac. And my god, is Little Mac actually ridiculously powerful. Little Mac is tough enough to take down the previous world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. He's knocked out King Hippo, who's absolutely massive. He's beaten down Flamenco, who can launch a charging bull hundreds of meters into the fucking sky. He's also managed to defeat Mr. Sandman, who managed to destroy a building with his punches, and Mac's Star Punch can dish out massive damage to Mr. Sandman. On top of this, he can beat the crossover version of Donkey Kong, who can shake the boxing ring with his punches. And while he may not be at his full strength, Donkey Kong still weighs 800 fucking pounds. Little Mac can knock him around and send him flying back with his own punches like it's fucking nothing. Keep in mind, normal gorillas weigh 300 to 400 pounds, so Little Mac is essentially beating up a gorilla that's times 2 its own weight. Why? Little Mac is incredibly fast as well. He can throw 4 punches in 1 second. For context, Mike Tyson in his prime could throw about 4 punches in a little over 2 seconds, meaning Mac is able to punch at least twice as fast as Mike Tyson. But that's not even his most impressive speed feats. Little Mac is able to take down Greg Tiger, who can teleport around the boxing ring. He's managed to defeat Piston Hondo, who caught a katana and outran a bullet train. For a frame of reference, a bullet train travels about 200 miles per hour. The fastest bullet train ever recorded moves at 375 miles per hour. And to further prove this scales to his combat speed, the in-game timer slows down during the piston rush that Little Mac can dodge every punch of. And on top of this, Piston Hondo's punches leave after images. Mac is tough enough to take punches from Mike Tyson, Don Flamenco, Mr. Sandman, Donkey Kong, King Hippo, and several other boxers, including Aaron Ryan, who had a boxing glove mace with a horseshoe in it. Because God forbid there be some regulations in these boxing matches, who the hell even sets this shit up? Who allowed a boxing glove mace? And anyway, Mac's also a genius. He's a prodigy boxer and a current champion, who's not only won 3 championships, but has also defended his title. He's even beaten the real-life previous heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. But all that being said, Mac is not a perfect fighter. He has a real big problem with tiring out. If he gets hit too many times or misses too many punches, he'll actually lose almost all of his stamina, and he'll have to dodge again to regain it. But no matter what though, Mac is ready to step into the ring and dodge and counter his way to a championship.
Hey, great work, Mac. Now let's take down the next circuit. Quick feet, Mac. Quick feet. Work 'em, Mac. Work 'em. Left, right. Left, right. That's it, baby. Keep it up, Mac. Keep it up.
Alright, our combatants are set, but only one can jab, hook, and uppercut their way to a championship. So it's time to find out if Mac will remain the undefeated champion of Combo Breaker, or will Adam dethrone the king. Let's settle this. The crowd sits dormant as the lights dim and the punch-out theme starts to play. We have one hell of a fight tonight, folks. Introducing the undefeated champion, the bruiser from the Bronx, Little Mac! Little Mac climbs into the ring as Doc Lewis is cheering behind him. Little Mac has defeated previous champions like Rocky, Ippo, Balrog, and Springman, but tonight he faces an even tougher opponent. Introducing Little Mac's new opponent, the up-and-coming champion, Adam! Adam walks to the stadium and climbs into the ring with Charlie standing ringside. Mac and Adam walk to the center of the ring and touch gloves. The bell rings and Adam immediately goes for a powerful right hook. Little Mac quickly ducks under the punch and punches Adam in the head, following up with several jabs alternating between left and right. Adam stumbles back from the impact of the punches as Little Mac finishes the combo with a powerful right uppercut. Adam then shakes his head slightly before throwing a right hook at Little Mac, who dashes back. Little Mac pulls back his fist and lunges forward with a powerful straight punch, but Adam dodges aside and slides behind Little Mac. Mac slowly turns around as Adam punches Mac in the head and falls over with a flurry of jabs, hitting Little Mac in the body several times. Mac then puts his arms up to block as Adam throws a forceful right uppercut. Mac blocks the punch and takes a second to regain his footing. Adam then winks his left eye as he throws a left hook, but Little Mac punches him in the head before he can throw the hook, causing a small star to pop out of his head. The bell rings, ending round 1 as Mac and Adam head back to their corners. Mac looks at Doc Lewis, breathing heavily. Doc then leans in and whispers something into Mac's ear. The bell rings to start the next round as Little Mac smirks, walking to the center of the ring. Adam pulls back to attack, but Little Mac throws a powerful left uppercut, hitting Adam in the head and causing another star to pop out of his head. Little Mac then leans back and punches Adam in the gut full force, knocking him back against the ropes. Little Mac then runs over and unleashes a mighty star punch, hitting Adam in the head, knocking him to the ground. Mac then looks around the stadium as everyone cheers. As he's distracted, Adam gets back up and punches Little Mac in the gut before punching him in the head several times, alternating between left and right punches and hooks. Adam continues his barrage until the bell rings and Mac stumbles back to his corner. Doc Lewis unwraps a candy bar and takes a bite, which causes Little Mac to feel more energized. Adam then sits in his corner as Charlie starts doing minor repairs. The bell rings as the two rush towards each other and start throwing a barrage of punches, with each one colliding midair, causing the ring to shake slightly, with only a few punches actually hitting one another. Little Mac then leans back and throws a powerful punch at Adam, but Adam dodges to the side and hits him in the head with a full force attack, knocking Little Mac to the ground. Mac barely stands back up as Adam walks closer. Mac then roars as he transforms into Giga Mac. Adam puts up his guard as Little Mac throws a powerful punch that destroys his arms. Adam's arms fall to the side limp as he stands there unable to move. Mac then uppercuts Adam, tearing his torso off of his legs. Mac reverts back to normal as Adam's body lands in the ring on top of his legs that collapse down. Lil Mac punches his gloves together as he walks back over the corner to talk to Doc. Well, holy shit. Adam's nothing but scrap metal now. Well, our winner is Little Mac, and for good reason too. So starting with strength and durability, Adam is strong enough to take on large robots and hit one so hard they fell back and smashed a car. On top of that, he damaged and took a beatdown from Zeus, who could shake the boxing ring, and he has hydraulic fists. This should put Adam at about wall levels in terms of strength and durability, but Little Mac, however, is just on a whole nother level. Little Mac was strong enough to defeat Mike Tyson, as well as Don Flamenco, who can launch a charging bull with a single punch. He took down Mr. Sandman, who destroyed a building, but even more impressively is when he sent Donkey Kong rolling back with his punches. Keep in mind, Donkey Kong weighs 800 goddamn pounds. This puts Little Mac easily at the wall of the small building areas of strength and durability. I should also put here that Adam weighs about 700 pounds, so Little Mac would have no problem actually damaging and staggering Adam. So what about speed? Well, Adam is controlled by a pro boxer, so he should be able to throw a punch about 35 miles per hour, and he's fought robots who are superior to Junker robots who can jump over charging bulls. Keep in mind, a bull charges at 35 miles per hour, which is incredibly impressive until you look at Little Mac. Little Mac is fast enough to fight Don Flamenco, who reacted to a charging bull. He's also fought and beat Piston Hondo, who could catch katanas and punch so fast it created after images. On top of that, Piston Hondo was able to outrun a bullet train, and Mac can dodge every single punch during his piston rushes. A bullet train on average moves about 200 miles per hour, and the fastest bullet train ever recorded can travel at 375 miles per hour. That is a shit ton faster. Like, that's quite a lot. Add that on top of the fact that Mac actually has his headgear to reduce head damage, and a candy bar that he can use to heal himself, as well as his Giga Mac form, Star Punch, and KO punches, and Adam really doesn't have any advantages other than his height and weight. But Mac has constantly shown time and time again that it doesn't matter how much bigger his opponent is, he can still beat their ass. You gotta keep in mind, Little Mac has won 3 championships, defended his title, and beat a real-life heavyweight boxing champion. Adam couldn't even win his 1 championship belt. He lost to Zeus. So I mean, what does that say about skill? Honestly, it looks like Adam had little he could do to take on the Bruiser from the Bronx. Our winner is Little Mac.
Give him the good.
Alright, before I play the next time trailer, I do want to give a huge shout out to FlameKitty420 for making this phenomenal trailer. Go check out his channel, the link will be in the description of not only this, but the trailer that I post later. Next time on Combo Breaker! Oh hell yeah, they got red hair, they got purple energy and magic based abilities, and they are some of my favorite characters to play in fighting games. Akuma versus Ganondorf, the true battle of the biggest video game baddies. Anyway, let me know what you think of the next match in the comments down below, let me know who you think will win, and have a wonderful day.